and welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Today we have a special version of the show, and we are going to be asking questions about the Permian Extinction, which is the largest out of 5 mass extinctions that have happened on Earth. Meet our contestant, Ashley. She will be vying for the $1 million today. Okay, Ashley, here's the first question. What is another name for the Permian Extinction? Is it A, Permian termination, B, the Great Extinction, C, the Great Dying, or D, the Permian vanishing?
I'm going to go with the first one, Permian termination.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, the Great Dying. On to the next question. Approximately how long ago did the Permian extinction occur? Was it A, 18 billion years ago, B, 250 million years ago, C, 160 million years ago, or D, 7 billion years ago?
It's definitely 18 billion years ago.
Ooh, sorry, that's incorrect. Earth hasn't been around for 18 billion years.
The closest answer is B, 250 million years ago. Actually, this time period lasted from 299 to 251 million years ago. A lot of scientific evidence supporting the approximated time period and cause of the Permian extinction comes from fossil records. When studying the numerous layers of the Earth, it is shown that at a certain point, the world flourished with all kinds of life. After that point, there was barely any sign of life.
Okay, so what percent of all life on Earth was wiped out? Was it A, 30%, B, 67%, C, 96%, or D, 4%?
I think it's 4%.
Only 4% survived. 96% was wiped out.
The correct answer is 96% of all life on Earth was wiped out in the Permian extinction. This extinction left the world with only 4% of life left. It is fascinating how us today came from that 4% of life. This extinction wiped out all life except for 2 groups of animals, but we will come back to that later. The Permian extinction is actually the worst mass extinction that this world has had.
Okay, next question. Which of these is not a possible cause of the Permian? A, asteroid impact, B, climate change, C, volcanic eruptions, or D, glaciation?
It couldn't have been asteroids, I'm going with A.
Sorry, wrong again. The correct answer is D, glaciation.
The correct answer is D, glaciation. Evidence of anoxic waters and high concentrations of carbon in the atmosphere point to the possibility of answer C, chemical-filled volcanic eruptions. B, climate change is a possible cause because scientists have found that Permian climates were very dry and arid due to the existence of a single supercontinent, Pangaea. Recently, NASA has found evidence to support the claim that A, an asteroid impact, triggered the extinction. Glaciation is not a possible cause.
Which 2 groups of animals survived the Permian extinction? Brachiopods and Eurypterids, B, Therapsids and Archosaurs, C, puppies and kittens, or D, Archosaurs and trilobites?
Puppies and kittens, definitely.
Wrong again.
The correct answer is B. Therapsids and Archosaurs are the only 2 land animals that survived this extinction. Therapsids and Archosaurs were able to regulate their body temperatures, which is what helped them stay alive through the dry climate and extremely hot temperatures of the Permian. Therapsids are mammal-like reptiles, and we are said to have descended from them. Archosaurs were reptiles, in which animals such as birds and crocodiles descended from. The Archosaurs included the dinosaurs and crocodilian reptiles.
Which plant species was affected the most by this mass extinction? A, gymnosperms, B, mosses and ferns, C, conifers, or D, daisies?
Daisies, I'm sure.
Incorrect yet again.
The correct answer is C, conifers. While the gymnosperms and mosses and ferns survived during this extinction, conifers had to recover after the extinction. This means that although the conifers were surviving during the extinction, they were hanging by a thread and were just barely staying alive.
What were the 2 types of climates before the mass extinction? A, arid and highland, B, humid subtropical and Mediterranean, C, forest and tundra, or D, semi-arid and humid continental?
Forest and tundra?
Wow, congratulations, you got it right!
At the start of the Permian era, the 2 main climate regions were forest and tundra. However, as time went on, the atmospheric conditions of a single supercontinent transformed the land into a hot and arid biome.
The following animals became extinct during the Permian mass extinction. A, Lystrosaurus, B, dog-winged leaf beetle, C, Edaphosaurus, Or D, Ivantosaurus and Ensifer?
Dog-bitten leaf beetle. I've never even heard of that one.
Well, actually, it exists today.
Oh.
The correct answer is D, the Ivantosaurus ensifer. It lived during the end Permian in the Russia/Siberian region. This is the area where the basalt lava volcanoes erupted, resulting in the extinction of the Ivantosaurus ensifer. The Lystrosaurus was a therapsid, one of the only species to survive the Permian. The Edaphosaurus actually became extinct during the early Permian era, not during the end Permian mass extinction. Dog-bean leaf beetles also survived the Permian and are still alive to this day.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for, the million-dollar question. This question is a bit different from the others. Instead of multiple choice, you'll have to briefly explain your answer in your own opinion. So I'm sure you've heard about the idea that we are currently living in the 6th mass extinction. Most of the threats to Earth's biodiversity are man-made causes such as habitat loss, overhunting and fishing, and global warming. Also, at least 80 out of 5,570 species have become extinct only within the last 5 centuries. What do you think of this theory?
I think it's ridiculous. All the other extinctions took place over tens of thousands of years, so evidence from just 500 years is not nearly enough to prove that we are currently in a mass extinction. Also, the term mass implies that the majority of animals have died out, but in the last 500 years, only 1 to 2% of animals have died out. Plus, I have faith that humans can restore the biodiversity of Earth. We've been able to bring back entire species from just a few individuals. In the last 500 years, we've physically moved 424 species of plants and animals to bring them back to their natural habitat and save them from extinction. We still have centuries to go before a mass extinction can be confirmed and centuries to resolve this problem.